All right, today we're talking about social media. So let's get into the verse, Proverbs 3:13, which says this. Blessed is the one who has found wisdom and the one who obtains understanding, for her benefit is more profitable than silver, and her gain is better than gold. She's more precious than rubies, and none of the things you desire can compare with her. People will chase anything but wisdom and knowledge. Whether that's the physique, the girl, the money, the fame. Yet none of these things are as valuable as wisdom and knowledge. And the reason so many people chase all these other things is because of social media. But what you need to understand is that social media isn't real. And I'm not even just talking about the fact that people will just post their highlights, not post their day-to-day life. They'll only post what they choose to post, essentially. I'm talking about the fact that social media is almost like a completely different realm. When you see someone on your phone, you don't see them as a real person. The person on the other side of the screen, you don't have the same connection as if they were a real person standing in front of you. Think about the last time you saw a celebrity or famous person in real life. Super weird. Almost like an alternative universe or alternative world. Even in the comment section on any social media platform, so many people cursing each other out, getting angry over some opinion, trying to make a point. But 99% of those people wouldn't actually act like that if they didn't have a screen to protect them. They're hiding behind the screen. And these comments you see on social media may seem mean, but half the time, people don't even remember when they comment on a video. People will see a video, maybe comment, maybe get inspired, maybe gain some knowledge, maybe get a laugh out of it, but then they scroll and completely forget about you. So many people take the comments in their comment section and on their posts too seriously and too personally. Especially fitness influencers. You've got hundreds of comments telling you you gotta get a bigger chest, bigger arms, bigger biceps. You're too small. And then they hear all this and they take it personal. Or they get all the praise and they get told that they're the next greatest Arnold. And people tell them that they need to hop on steroids to see what their genetic potential really looks like. And they start to get a dopamine hit from that, and they start to seek value through their physique. So in both scenarios, whether they tell you you're too small or you're too big, the fitness influencer will always hop on steroids if they perceive their value only through their physique. So the fitness influencer hops on steroids, gets a little bit of praise from the comment section again, and then their fame fades, and they're wondering, well, where did my dopamine hit just go? They spend all this time crafting their physique and trying to perfect their physique that 10 years later, it's all they have to show, and no one cares anymore. They didn't spend any time actually benefiting themselves through their mind. They didn't craft their mind at all. They didn't work their mind. But your brain is an appreciating asset up until maybe your late 60s. But your physique is an appreciating asset up until your late 20s or maybe your late 30s. You need to start focusing more on the wisdom and the knowledge. Because your brain and your mind will take you a lot farther than your physique. But your physique is still super important because if you have a healthy body, you have a healthy mind. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'll talk about that in a different video. But if you're always trying to focus on the physique, you're not going to reach your potential. Because your mind has greater potential than your physique. Now, just because I'm saying to focus on the wisdom and the knowledge, that doesn't mean that you should start going to read about some fun fact book. Don't start reading 20 different fun fact books trying to memorize everything. There's so many people out there that know all the wrong things. Let me ask you a question. What's more important, knowing the capitals of all 50 states or knowing how to start a fire? The answer is pretty simple to me. The answer is knowing how to start a fire. Because if you're in a scenario where you need to know how to start a fire, you're more likely not to have any electricity or any internet. But if you do have internet, you can just look up how to start a fire. And you can also look up all those 50 states and all those 50 capitals of those states. You don't need to know the capital of all 50 states because you have your phone for that. So many people know so many things that provide zero value. Well, I know when this baseball player hit his last home run at this exact date and time. How the fuck does that help me? It doesn't. Competence is confidence, guys. Be competent and be confident in the right things.